Hi, welcome to the random story Rebekka, a travel agent's reflections, generated by your comments, my thoughts, and the AI and the little robot. So a collaboration, and we have now created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. And you can see your comments, or the comments here. And I made these 6 pages, and now I'm gonna tell you the story. So let's begin. Rebekka, a travel agent's reflections. Rebekka had always been fascinated by the world of travel and adventure. Growing up, she had dreamt of seeing the world and experiencing all the different cultures it had to offer. So when she graduated from college, she knew exactly what she wanted to do: become a travel agent. After years of hard work and determination, Rebekka had finally made a name for herself in the industry. She helped countless people plan their dream vacations and had even taken a few trips of her own. It was one of those normal days. After a long day of work, she was looking forward to going home. As she walked through the door, she noticed that the soap had bounced off the floor and landed in a pile of Ethereum coins. She couldn't help but think of the devil going down to Georgia as she picked up the soap and the coins. Holy cow! I was lovely rich, but now the coins are unfortunately no longer worth so much. But there was one destination that had always been at the top of her bucket list: Australia. Rebekka couldn't wait to explore the vast and diverse landscape of the land down under. She was excited to see the famous Sydney Opera House and the Great Barrier Reef, but she was also looking forward to experiencing some of the lesser-known gems that Australia had to offer. One of her most memorable experiences in Australia was her visit to the Daintree rainforest. The lush green jungle was unlike anything she had ever seen before. She took a guided tour through the forest and was amazed by the diverse array of plant and animal life that she encountered. She saw colorful parrots, exotic butterflies, and even a crocodile lurking in the river. Another highlight of her trip was visiting the Australian outback. She took a tour to the famous Uluru Rock, also known as Ayers Rock, and was humbled by the ancient rock formation. The deep red color of the rock and the vast expanse of the desert around it was truly a sight to behold. Rebekka saw a koala enjoying its eucalyptus breakfast in the treetops. She also had the opportunity to go on a hot air balloon ride over the outback. The vast expanse of the desert was breathtaking, and she felt like she was on the top of the world as she soared through the sky. Suddenly, a skydiving eagle soared by, catching Rebekka's attention. She saw a man attached to the eagle's harness as they flew out of sight. She couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and adventure as she watched the man disappear into the horizon. As Rebekka continued her journey through Australia, she met a foreign minister by chance. The minister said, "In my opinion, I am the smartest foreign minister starlet innen of the whole history from Germany, but my English is not yellow from the egg." "Yes, I noticed that," Rebekka remarked. Rebekka and the minister began a light conversation as well as the minister could with her English. She shared her story of how she became a foreign minister. She told Rebekka that she has submitted an extensive resume. But what really set her apart, she said, was her ability to connect with people from all walks of life and her willingness to think outside the box. The minister revealed that one of the key moments in her career was when she was appointed as a minister for economic cooperation and development. She was tasked with leading a team to negotiate a trade agreement with a foreign country. The negotiations were not going well, and the team was about to give up when she was remembered a quote she had heard earlier. "The secret ingredient is salt." She realized that the team had been focusing too much on the technical details and not enough on the human aspect of the negotiations. She proposed that they invite the representatives of the other country for a dinner where they would share their cultures and get to know each other better. She suggested that they should add a pinch of salt to their negotiations by building personal relationships. The dinner was a success and the negotiations went smoothly. The trade agreement was signed and she was credited with the success. She was soon promoted to the foreign minister, and her reputation as a skilled diplomat and a good negotiator spread. Rebekka wondered if it really happened that way or if it was more like an embellished resume. She said goodbye and went back to her hotel, feeling tired. As she walked into her hotel room, Rebekka noticed a strange smell. She couldn't quite place it, but it seemed familiar. As she began to unpack her things, she noticed something strange. There was a bulk under her mattress. She couldn't help but wonder what it was, so she decided to investigate. To her surprise, she found a pan of lasagna hidden under her mattress. At first she was so confused, but then she remembered the mysterious smell from earlier. It was the smell of the lasagna. Rebekka couldn't help but laugh about the absurdity of this situation. She wondered who had put the lasagna there and why. She was so mad that she decided to enjoy the lasagna for her dinner, and as she took her first bite, she couldn't help but think of the amazing day she had had and the special memories she made. She was grateful the chance to experience all the different cultures Australia had to offer. She knew that her journey to Australia was one she would never forget, and she couldn't wait to share her experiences with her clients and inspire them to take their own leap of faith and explore the world. She decided to watch a film on the hotel TV to unwind. The film was about a cat robot archaeologist who was on a special mission in an ancient cave. Rebekka was immediately drawn by the story, and she couldn't help but think of her own experiences exploring the Australian outback. The cat robot archaeologist in the film was on a quest to find a magic key that would unlock the secrets of an ancient civilization. As the story progressed, the cat robot archaeologist encountered many obstacles, but he never gave up. He kept searching, and eventually the magic key began to glow, revealing the location of the lost treasure. Rebekka thought of her own journey as a travel agent and how she helped people find their own treasures and experiences. She thought of how the empire of tourism had looked unstoppable, but suddenly we had a chance to change and be more innovative. As the film reached its climax, the cat robot archaeologist finally found the treasure, and it was revealed to be a recipe for a pumpkin spice latte. Rebekka couldn't help but laugh about the absurdity of the story. She thought of how she would love to try one of those lattes. The film also had a scene where the cat robot archaeologist stumbled upon a turtle that had been living in the cave. It was a reminder for Rebekka to take her time and not to rush through her own journey, just like the turtle had made the cave its home and took its time. The film ended, and Rebekka felt a sense of satisfaction. She had had an amazing day and couldn't wait to see what tomorrow would bring, and was looking forward to more adventures. As Rebekka was getting ready to go to sleep, she heard a knock on her hotel room door. She opened it to find an attractive tennis player standing there. He looked familiar, but she couldn't quite place him. He explained that he had just been eliminated from the Australian Open and was staying at the same hotel as her. Rebekka was surprised, but also pleased to see him. She had always been a fan of tennis, and she felt excited to meet a professional player. He explained that he had been following her social media account and was impressed by her passion for travel and her ability to connect with people. He wanted to take her out for a drink to talk about more about her experiences. Rebekka was flattered by the attention, but also a bit hesitant. She had just met this man, and she didn't know if she was ready to go out with him. But as she looked out the window at the beautiful view of the beach, she realized that she couldn't pass up the opportunity to make a new friend and maybe learn some tips from a professional tennis player. As they sat down at a nearby bar, the tennis player began to open up about his own journey as a professional athlete and the challenges he had faced. Along the way, Rebekka found herself relating to many of the things he was saying, and she thought about how her own journey as a travel agent had been similar in many ways. As the night came to close, Rebekka couldn't help but think of her mother and how she had always been supportive of her daughter's dreams. She thought of how her mother finally understood the greatness that she had endured and supported her throughout her journey. Later that day, Rebekka asked herself if she was ready for this new experience and if it was the right move for her. The tennis player could see in the uncertainty in Rebekka's eyes, and he reassured her that he knew she could do it. He didn't know if he could find the strength to continue his career without someone to share his journey with. Rebekka knew that this new friendship would be a valuable addition to her journey as a travel agent, and it would help her gain a new perspective of life and experiences. She began to spark up the glass barbecue that was in the room, and they sat down to talk more about the future and how they could help each other achieve their goals. They exchanged phone numbers and email addresses. After that, the tennis player thanked Rebekka for a great evening and said, "Great to see you here," before he left. Rebekka felt grateful for the unexpected encounter, and she knew that this was just the beginning of a new chapter in her journey. As Rebekka's journey in Australia came to an end, she felt a mix of emotions. She was excited to return home and see her family and friends, but she was also sad to leave the beautiful country and all the amazing experiences she had had. So, last page. Back home, Rebekka tried to adjust to her normal routine, but she couldn't help but feel a sense of longing for the freedom and adventure she had experienced in Australia. She found herself constantly thinking about the beautiful beaches, the unique wildlife, and the interesting people she had met. Rebekka made an observation that the memories and experiences she had gained during her journey would stay with her forever. She knew that they would shape her as a person and a travel agent. She was excited to share them with her clients and inspire them to take their own leap of faith and explore the world. As she looked back on her trip, Rebekka couldn't help but think of the evening when she and the tennis player had sat by the glass barbecue and watched the sunset. At dusk, they came out to play and enjoyed the beautiful view together. They had talked and laughed, and Rebekka had even started rapping her own version of the song they had listened to. It was a moment that she knew she would never forget. Rebekka also couldn't help but think of the ancient temple she had visited, where the walls were eroding but still stood strong, a testament to the rich history and culture of the country. She knew that just like the temple, her own experiences in Australia would stand the test of time and be a part of her forever. Rebekka's return journey was bittersweet, but she knew that it was only the beginning of her next adventure, and she couldn't wait to see what the future held.